All right, we are live for our first ever live session of this particular campaign. Hello and welcome.
We are live!
I missed that. I have missed
Meow.
that. I have not encountered that before.
Meow.
This is Critical Knowledge. It is a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. My name is Crash. I'll be your DM for the evening. This is episode 1. We had a session 0, which was not recorded, but this is our first recorded session, session 1, Fun Fair. And I'm joined tonight by a bunch of awesome people, including Chris, Ellie, Millie, and Eric. Is there anything anyone wants to share with what happened last time?
Hi, I'm Millie, and in this campaign, I'm playing a cat. I guess it's called tabaxi, but it's just a big cat. And his name is Hero. And Hero is he's little. He's young. He's not little, he's big, but he's young.
He is by no means little.
He is young, though. And
He is a mere 7 feet tall.
Yeah, just a mere 7 feet tall, and just like 16 years old. He's fine. And he's having a good time. And he went to this city, and he was really amazed by the lack of trees, because he likes to sleep in trees, but it's fine. And then he met up with this dwarf and this other person. Somehow all I remember is one's a paladin and one is a cleric, and they're both really grumpy. So... Anyway, I sat on this person's chest because they fell asleep in the middle of the road, and then I got pulled off. And then we went in, and they had a firework box, and I was like, oh my gosh! And I wanted it. But then when I got it, it was broken, so who cares? So then I walked around, and I made friends with people, and someone gave me something to drink. I don't know, who cares? And then I went on an adventure, and it was fun. And then we were skipping down the street, and we heard about a fair. I want to go to a fair. And so I started to go to a fair, and I talked to this bird person and their kids, and the kids were awesome. And it was great. And also, I climbed on a sign, and also I climbed on a building, and also I went to the fair, and also I saw a roller coaster, and I'm going to climb that too.
I honestly have no way to follow this at all.
Wait, we were supposed to follow that?
Exactly.
And that's our show for tonight. Thanks everyone for coming. We had a wonderful recap. Nothing else of consequence happened.
I mean, am I wrong? Do you want my page lecture next?
I should share something with you. So I added emotes to Twitch.
Oh, good.
The tier 3 emote is a space shark.
Oh my.
No one but me will ever get to use it because no one's ever going to have a tier 3 subscription. No one's willing to give us that kind of money.
Space shark. Yeah,
it's a great emote
Wendy's,
too.
So
I
have Wendy's.
There are additional things that I feel like I want to share that people here are really going to appreciate, but it's going to be people here, not listeners, after the fact. So we're going to table that. I'm glad that exists, Millie. But moving forward, you are at the fair, and there's everything that you would expect to see at a fair. There's the roller coaster that I already mentioned. There's vendors selling all kinds of wonderful treats. There's funnel cake. There's cotton candy. There are a wide variety of games.
I want cotton candy.
It is a copper for a whole mess of cotton candy wrapped around a paper cone.
Dad?
That is larger than your head.
Dad, can I have one?
You have a copper in your pocket.
I'm glad you knew I was talking to you. Okay.
Hello, my name is Jaren. However, in this campaign, I will be known as Dad.
Dad!
I mean, in the last campaign, we had Orc Mom, to be fair.
Yes.
We did.
Dad.
Now we have Dwarf Dad.
So Melly has one character.
I mean,
I can
kinda
play
true.
others. I just don't know why. I just keep
like a lot of
thinking
people,
this.
for their first D&D character, they make an elf or human. You made a Kenku warlock for your first character, and you followed it up, in this campaign at least, with a tabaxi.
Tabaxi Ranger, yes.
Do we have a stat called whimsical? And I guarantee she's proficient in it.
I almost made Paige a very, very solemn hermit druid.
I think
I
you
was
break character
literally,
immediately.
No,
Yeah.
I was going to be very, maybe snarky, but But then I decided it'd be fun to do that instead.
I don't know about breaking character. Millie has been able to stay in character for Karen pretty well for the Sunday games.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Well, with all of this said, if you do want to subtract a copper from your inventory, you are allowed to intake a considerable amount of spun sugar. There's also funnel cake.
I
candied
stopped
apples.
myself. I choose funnel cake.
Okay.
I want a giant elephant ear.
Roll for powdered sugar.
Okay, but powdered sugar or marinara sauce?
Yes.
Okay.
It is definitely one or the other.
Was there any level of proficiency I should add to this?
I would argue sleight of hand.
Okay. Let me look and see what that is. I can't believe I'm rolling this. Okay.
I mean, you have a DM that is proficient in yes and.
I got a nat 1.
Okay, so
No! Wait a second. I'm a cat. Oh, wait, no, that's Karen that has that ability. Never mind.
Chris, who are you playing?
I'm playing Ignis. He's a fire genasi.
Okay, so where are you at the fair?
Fun?
It is a fun fair. That's the session title. Okay, well, right now, your fun has involved doing whatever you want to do, but in the process of doing whatever you want to do, you come across something that it wasn't on your bucket list, but now you can say, this is something I have seen. You see a tabaxi that appears to be powdered white. Like, you're pretty sure they don't put that much powdered sugar on the funnel cake, but somehow that much sugar has been put on the tabaxi. That's what a nat wine gets you. The powdered sugar is self-replicating.
I leap on top of Dad and roll around.
So what you're saying is that I've just witnessed a 7-foot tall tabaxi
Covered in
get
powdered
covered
sugar.
and then jump on top of a dwarf.
Yes. Now, Jaren, Mr. Jaren Lightview, if you
Yes.
could make a Constitution save for me, you have just been pounced upon by a 7-foot tall tabaxi, hopped up on powdered sugar.
It's covered.
Okay, maybe not hopped up on powdered sugar. One, sugar doesn't actually make you hyper. They found out. It's psychosomatic. And two, it appears that most of the powdered sugar is in fact on, not in, the tabaxi. But either way, it's a con save.
21.
Okay.
Dang it.
You are a pillar of stability. Not just in this community, but underneath this incredibly large cat.
Not just in my life. Perfect.
And you bear this experience with the stoicism that one can only truly appreciate when they look into the eyes of a new parent.
Ah! The sugar attacked me.
Yes, I know you're getting it on my clothes.
It hurt me.
But it's a cat, and it's a dwarf, and it's one doesn't make the other. And
Ignis has all those math equations flying in front of their face right now, and none of them are aligning to make any sense.
and why does the grown adult cat think it's an actual cat?
I am not a grown adult.
You're 7 foot tall.
I'm a kid.
You're going to start making me itch. I'm going to have to put you down.
Okay. What are we
I
going to
mean,
do next?
if
What are we
you
gonna
really
run
want, I
first?
can put the cat down for you.
No.
Now, there's putting the cat down and there's putting the cat down, and I feel like I need a little bit of clarification here as to which of these options you are intending to fulfill.
Yes.
I am
Because-
going-
Oh, no.
Because while both of them might still involve a roll for initiative, one of them will more than the other.
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna
get
grab.
down though, and
I'm gonna grab a hero and put him down.
Okay, what are we
Place
gonna
him
do next?
down on the
What are
ground.
we gonna ride? What are we gonna ride? What are we gonna do? I'm gonna climb something.
Well, we're mainly here for you, so just tell me what you want to do.
Do you like roller coasters?
I do not know what one is. I've never been on one.
Let's go!
Now, anyone who's hung out on the mainland is aware of what trains are at this point. They were fairly new 15 years ago, but they've become a lot more common.
I just woke up my cat.
This roller coaster appears to be like a train, although the cars are smaller than what you would see on a regular train, and the track just seems to go in a big loop. By that I mean it goes in a circle, but also over there is a loop. You will definitely be upside down at some point.
I get it, but unfortunately, Jared's not the biggest fan. He's trying to hide his sustain for heights.
You prefer your height, your altitude to be a negative number. Meanwhile, Ellie, you're playing a different character. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Arepa, the gnome illusionist.
Franklin?
Arepa.
Not Aretha.
Oh, I heard Aretha. I'm sorry.
And why are you at the fair?
It sounds delightful.
You sound so enthused.
I think we found our first emo gnome wizard.
Cliche in the corner.
Fear back
Okay.
in the separate head of headphones. For some reason, these are all messing up.
Okay. So you are also drawn to this show, shall we say, of a juvenile tabaxi being a juvenile tabaxi. Still covered in powdered sugar because no one has cleaned him off. Not even him.
I mean, if it's out of my eyes, do I care?
I mean, you rolled a nat 1. It is in your eyes. It's everywhere. It's between your toes.
I've accepted.
This is just your life now. Okay.
Yep.
Well, there is, in fact, a short line that leads to getting on the roller coaster. There's a bit of a queue, but the coaster moves quickly enough that it is moving fairly quickly, and there is a rather unenthusiastic gnome who happens to be collecting the fees necessary for people to get on the coaster.
Dad, it's a gnome.
You've never seen a gnome before?
Fireworks box. They made the fireworks box.
Oh, that's right.
Hello and welcome to the Hydra. That'll be 2 gold. Yes, or we'll also take tokens. Yes, thanks for the token. Enjoy your ride. Please keep your hands inside the cart at all times. We are not reliable for any decapitations or violent ejections. Yes, thank you. Enjoy the ride. Yes, we also take tokens. That's fine. Yes,
I
okay.
climbed the fence.
Please don't do that.
Get down here.
I climb. Oh, no more fun.
The fence is supposed to keep you alive. Please don't climb it. We don't need any more fatalities than we've already had.
Okay, I don't have much gold, but I'll take, was it 2 gold for each? So I'll give them 4 gold.
Also, if you
Thanks,
recall from the last session, session 0, a sailor gave Hero a token.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 gold then, and a token.
Boop.
You know, you can probably play one of the games to get a token and pay a lot less than 2 gold.
I think you're trying to hint something to us.
I'm just trying to take the tokens out of circulation before there's any more fatalities. Not that anyone listens to me.
Well, it's up to you. What do you want to do? You want to go like this ride? Or do you want to go?
Is there a fun game that's nearby that you think would catch the eye of a small young child?
Give me a perception check. Anyone who cares, you can give me a perception check.
Oh, I'm good at perception. I got a 17.
24.
13.
A 24 from the dwarf. Okay, well, Jaren, the first thing you encounter is you see a drinking contest.
My kind of contest.
There's also a dance contest. There is a dueling event. There's a spot where you can compete in what appears to be slam poetry.
Dang.
There's several signs advertising kite fighting, although that seems to be held in a different part of the fair. So you don't see anyone fighting kites
I want to do the dance
here.
contest.
Let me turn the page. There's a storytelling event. There's a wrestling event. And there's also the usual carnival games that you'll see where there's like a bunch of milk jugs to knock over. There's a bunch of bottles that you're supposed to throw rings on. So we have one vote for the dance contest. What's everyone else doing?
Jewel.
I'm going to go drink.
I assume.
Okay. Well, since that's the very first contest that's listed in this book I have, let's go over that first. So it is 2 silver pieces to participate, and that pays for all of the alcohol.
That's amazing.
Yes. Well, it's a contest. The 2 silver covers the alcohol, and then you drink until only one person is left standing. And by that, I mean literally.
Sounds amazing. I think that's something we need to do.
The official name for it is the Contest of Heroic Drinking.
You know what? I'd like to try the drinking one as well, to be honest.
Okay. Subtract 2 silver from your character sheet. And let's see. Make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
15.
Ignis, I got some bad news for you.
Oh, God.
You drunk?
You are sloshed.
I mean, a 15? Okay.
Well, it was a contest. Rather than have this entire session be, okay, everyone roll a con save. Okay, good. Now roll a con save. Okay, good. Now roll a con save. And you repeat that for 2 hours. I decided on one roll. And I rolled for the NPCs. It turns out the dwarf wins.
Yeah!
There's like one person in the audience who's really surprised. No one else is.
I clap really excitedly.
Okay. And you get a token for your efforts.
Do I get one for my clapping?
No. You weren't participating. Now, you said you want to do the dance contest.
Yes, but I was clapping for my dad.
Okay, congratulations. Congratulations on... Well, go ahead and give me a performance check.
I wanted to know if I got an award for being a really good audience member.
They don't actually give awards for that.
I was really good at it, though. I want that known.
Things
Okay.
the DM did not expect to have players do for 500, Alex.
You keep inviting me to your campaigns.
Did I say it was a bad thing?
No, but I'm making sure you know. Is it a performance check?
I love that if you look at the core group for this, we have the stoic dwarf cleric, the stoic tiefling paladin, and hero.
Here I got a 17.
You clap very well.
So good. I'm so
You
good
do
at
not get an
clapping.
award for clapping. But
Such a
several,
quality. Well, no, Jared. Pat's hero on the back says, good work, good work.
several other members of the audience, when they're clapping, adjust their clapping style to match yours.
Yes!
They can't
control.
actually get it to be exactly like yours, because every time you clap, there is a big cloud of powdered sugar that just puffs out into the air around you. Several kids nearby are acting a bit more hyper than they were before as a result of inhaling this stuff. The moms are very disappointed. Now, the dance contest is a bit different because this is a group activity. There's a large number of fairgoers who are participating on an area of the fairgrounds. So it's had a bunch of planks laid out to make a hard floor to dance on. Many of them are wearing extravagant dresses and masks. Some of them are fresh off of a ship, so they're not, but that's okay. Anyone
Some of
can
them are covered in powdered sugar.
One of them might be. But in any case, this is a group activity. You participate with a collection of allies to see how well you can dance.
So I think I can dance? Yes.
And apparently this is also a contest where there can be more than one winner. If you impress a judge, you get a token. Everyone in the party gets a token.
Oh, heck yes.
Well, I've already had a good amount to drink, so as of right now, I'll try anything twice.
The drunk fire ganassi will help.
So as
Got two drunk dancers with me.
so as Hero approaches the dance floor, Hero starts to collect a posse. Is there anyone else that wants to join the tabaxi for a dance off?
I'm just excited to watch.
That's fair. I love this game so freaking much. Okay, make a dexterity check.
Dexterity?
Is there any
I want
pluses
to
or
do-
minuses due to inebriation?
Is it a check or a save?
It is a check.
I wanted to do an acrobatics check.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
Sure. If you want to add your bonus, well, acrobatics is already dex. So yeah, you may roll acrobatics if you really want to. I would also allow anyone who cares to. It's still going to be a dexterity check, but if you want to add your bonus to performance to that,
Yeah, because
you are allowed to.
I am proficient in acrobatics, so it's a +5 versus a +3.
17.
Okay.
17 plus 1 is 18.
Okay.
I got a nat 20. 25.
Okay.
Nice.
So the two drunks are really just here to support the tabaxi. and considering Hero's desire to climb on top of everything and everyone, support the tabaxi can have more than one meaning. And if you ask which one I meant, the answer is yes. You each get an additional token. So now at this point, I'm still getting used to the names. Eric's character has 2 tokens.
Sharon.
And because you haven't gone on the roller coaster yet, Hero has 2 tokens, and Ignis has 1 token. And the judges that were overseeing the dance contest were saying, "Oh, wonderful, you already have one. You're only halfway there to getting a cipher."
What's a cipher?
Oh, they're the best prizes. Now, if you go over to the pavilion over there, and they point off at a distance where there's a tent with a lot of lights on top of it, and at least one spotlight shining into the air also.
Ooh.
They've got a bunch of prizes. 1 token can get you a really fancy certificate declaring you a knight of the fair. If you've got 2 tokens, you get a basket of baked goods and possibly even a bottle of spirits if you're old enough. And the judge looks over at Jared and says, "Maybe take the bottle away before they see it." And for 3 tokens, you can get a fancy dagger or a fancy
dagger.
A tankard.
Dagger.
Don't make me laugh at that. How dare you have shown that video to me also? This is all your fault. So, if you look around, you do see some people have very fancy daggers that seem to be themed for the fair that they're wearing on their hips. Some of these people don't look like they would normally wear daggers. It's something they got for this. There are very fancy tankards that look like they're straight out of Oktoberfest with the little lids that go on top of them that some people are carrying around. Those are items that are 3 tokens. But for 4 tokens, you can get a cipher. And those are the fanciest of things.
Cipher, no siphoning. What's a cipher?
That's the best part. You don't know until you try it.
I want one. Dad, I want one.
Well, you want to do another prize? Or another...
Can you win the... let's win thing.
So you've done the drinking contest. You've done the dance-off. There's also dueling, which I think one of you said you were going to do.
Hi.
Okay, so one of the 2 drunks is going to do the dance-off. No, so the dueling, which if you try to dance at the dueling, you might get a better or worse result. Who knows? Depends if you can flow like water or not. There's epic poems.
Can I use my
fighting.
daggers?
I hate you so much. My house rule is if you make me laugh, you get inspiration, and I am doing my best. You have not earned inspiration yet. There's wrestling, and those are the various contests that aren't the usual carnival games. Those are the fancy contests. So, in that case, Ignis.
Hi.
You sign up for the dueling, and
Is it Yu-Gi-Oh dueling or like sword dueling?
like it's 2 or 3 groups at a time that pair off with very slender blades. So you're looking at like rapiers, and you fight until first blood. So and they provide the rapiers. They're not as dangerous. Apparently, there is also a sign that says absolutely no magical rapiers allowed to be used. This goes double for warlock hex blades.
Can I join as well and then just claw someone?
If you don't get first blood with the rapier, it doesn't count.
Okay, so I'm just gonna add a rapier then. So that I can
they'll take it away from you again. But yeah, you're adding it to your character sheet. This is again something where I'm not going to have you play out the entire fight because then we're watching everyone watch you do combat. So I am going to have you make a single 2-hit with a rapier.
I rolled a natural 20.
Well, that
and
was
what's your AC?
Alrighty then, that's gangster.
14, so I rolled a 24.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 2 for them.
Woo!
So they get into position and they're like, okay, we're going to get started. It's going to be a good, clean fight. What's that on my cheek? Oh.
Blood.
Did they say start yet? They didn't say start yet. And the judge is nodding and saying, yeah, I said start. No, I didn't hear you say start yet. That doesn't count. No, I definitely said start. Look, all the other teams started.
He was sneezing because I accidentally got some powdered sugar in his face.
Yeah, that's right. There was powdered sugar in my face. That shouldn't count. The judge is already handing a token. Not to this person. But that's...
Reappear and smugly leave.
So Ignis now has 2 tokens.
Who wants to do slam poetry?
Nope.
Not or either.
That's all you. I'm not going to be doing that.
Hero is not good at persuasion.
It's not a persuasion roll.
Oh no. Is there charisma?
Performance or something.
It's a wisdom roll.
Oh, just straight
Oh,
wisdom.
okay, yeah. You know what?
It's improvised.
I'll do it.
It's improvised,
I'll
and
do
wisdom
it.
is thinking fast.
Okay,
Sure.
Oh no, the cleric
Jaren
is
will
going to do a wisdom check.
yes.
Somehow
I got a
you
13.
wouldn't think that a dwarf would be interested in slam poetry, but as a wisdom check for a cleric, you said a 14?
Sure. 13.
13. Yeah, that's different. Okay, I'm gonna roll to oppose. Okay, Eric, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you give me your dice?
I might have. However, I because of the +4 I have on wisdom, I rolled a 13, but +4 is 17.
No, because the last contest I rolled a 2. Now I've rolled a 1. Have you given me your dice?
Yes, the dice are given to you. Yes.
You know, I never asked for gifts from you, and I'm going to continue to not ask for gifts from you. Because this is why I don't have nice things.
Cynthia.
So in this particular round of slam poetry, we get an epic rendition of what's the topic of your poetry?
I was just gonna do the one from 22 Jump Street.
Okay, so
Maid and Haggis. That's what it's called.
But mine was gonna be about daggers.
okay. There's a small child who pulls on the hem of their mom's blouse and says, "Mommy, what's a dagger?" I think it's someone who makes holes. Like with a shovel? Yeah.
Dagger.
So it looks like the person that is going up against Hero, and I always tab out. You see, here's the thing. Millie graciously put their character name in their Discord name, so I can just look at that and go, oh, it's Hero. Okay. I look over at Eric and I see Synergy / Eric. I look over at Ellie and I see Zuda, which helps for 2 hours ago. But never mind about that. So the person who was going up against Jaren and Hero gives a poem.
Jaren.
They give a poem about a wizard who's gone missing named Umeli. They referred to Umeli of the Nine Hands. And some of the people who look like they're regulars here, like they're actually townies, nod with the poem like they know who this person was. But that doesn't matter because they weren't quite as good at their iambic pentameter. And Jaren takes home another token.
Yeah.
So I think you're up to 3 now?
Okay, Hero. Here are 2 of my tokens. Here, so that makes 4. You may go ahead and get to the cipher.
Oh, and that you have enough to buy alcohol.
Oh, I have 1 token because you said we want to go to... Oh, that's right. You're only going to have 2 anyway. But here's your cipher.
Okay, so... Right, so you have to get the cipher from the Pavilion of Prizes, which you can't miss it because they have decorated it in such a way that if you get a nat 1 on your perception check, you will have the entire fair pointing you towards the pavilion to say, no, over here, dear. Over here. And they have a wide variety of...
how to read?
They're telling you this physically. But in any case...
Oh, wow.
The Pavilion of Prizes has the things I've mentioned, and the ciphers, each cipher is contained in a small paper bag where the top is folded over so you can't look in. and they are awarded. They just pick a bag off of the pile and hand it to you if you hand in 4 tokens for a cipher. And when you approach, the person behind the counter says, "Oh wow, you really got into that powdered sugar stuff, didn't you? Was it the waffles or the funnel cake?"
Funnel cake.
Yeah, I like that too. Okay, what can I get you? You want a fruit basket?
No, I got ciphers.
No, we got ciphers.
But I'm gonna get one.
You're gonna get one. Okay, well that'll be 4 tokens.
Bloop.
Wonderful. Here you go. Try not to die. Next.
What do they do?
I have no idea. Each one's different. We just find them lying around.
Literally just
So
bought something that was found on the ground.
I sit down next to. I wait for Jaren to get his alcohol, and then I sit down so he can drink it while I look at it.
Ah, yes.
Jaren's already had enough alcohol to kill a grown human.
Doesn't mean I can't have some more.
I mean, you're still standing.
Yes. So
Exactly.
I'm going to go to the seat with a nice pint in my hand.
So here's the thing that I get to say because we're playing in Discord. Millie, I would like you to roll 1d15.
Okay.
Because we can make up whatever numbers we want to.
14.
Okay, 14. All right, let me look that up. Okay, you pull out a small vial of liquid that has colors that are swirling around inside.
Whoa.
It's rather trippy to look at.
What is it?
It's a small vial with colors that swirl around inside of it.
I show it to Drunk Dad.
Looks kind of potent.
I will allow either of you to make an investigation check to see if you can figure out what this thing is other than a self-powered lava lamp.
That's already pretty cool.
I rolled a 9.
I got an 11.
It's a self-powered lava lamp, so far as you know. Maybe you can ask the tiefling. He seems to have wandered off.
Other friend?
It's probably in the loo.
Can I have a cookie?
Hello and welcome to Critical Knowledge, where Millie has regressed to the age of 8.
I am playing a child.
Someone who's almost an adult, to be fair. Technically, you're playing someone who's like 17 and 11 months.
Yeah, but like,
I
I'm
was dropped
also
on
a
her head a
cat.
few times when they were like 2.
I'm also a cat.
And am I the only one amused by the fact that of the really active participants of this evening, the only character that's sober? And this is what we're encountering.
Because I'm underage, and I know that I'm not supposed to drink.
Not underage if you're in the UK.
Fortunately, the UK does not exist on Circulus. So that's not a thing. And as you've been looking at your self-powered lava lamp, which is not what it's actually called, but never mind about that. You don't know what it's really called.
We should ask that gnome.
Which one?
I don't know.
You're on the island of Flotsam.
One that-
They have a very large number of gnomes. I don't know what the collective term is for a group of gnomes, but that's what you have here. I want to say it's a workshop. It's a workshop of gnomes.
We should find smart people and ask them what they know. Probably a magic smart person.
So there are other people who are going through the line and getting prizes. And one guy...
My alcohol.
One guy has just finished going through the line, and he is holding 4 cipher bags.
Wow.
I know, right? Isn't this neat? My friends and I all pooled our tokens together, and I got 4 of them. These are going to be so fun. Man, I don't know what's in them, but it's kind of tingling at this point.
Let's see.
Okay.
See.
He starts opening them up, and he drops one. That's weird. He goes to pick it up again, and he drops a different one. Man, it's like my fingers aren't working properly. That's odd.
Maybe you should put them down and open them one at a time.
I wasn't even in the drinking contest this night. Huh.
No,
Funny.
he was. He won.
Meanwhile, there's a cotton candy booth nearby, and the person at the cotton candy booth goes, "It's happening again!" And they run.
Oh, what's
I think we should go.
So, a tankard flies past your head and smacks well, honestly, more than one of you. Because it's more than one tankard. And in rapid succession, they fly over to the person who just got 4 ciphers. They dodge a couple of them, not all of them. And then a few of the milk jugs that people were trying to knock over with various implements start rolling over, and you hear a voice from that particular booth going, "That doesn't count as knocking them over."
But
the cotton candy booth falls over sideways and slides over.
Hero is trying to get away. Hero is trying to get away.
The person who unsuccessfully dodged a couple tankards is crab walking backwards. They're prone, but not bothering to get up before they try to get away, because this is messed up. And various other pieces of carnival equipment are all congregating on top of these bags of ciphers, and they start to crunch in places and bend in places. And it gets up, and it is vaguely humanoid in shape. It has the spinny part of the cotton candy machine where a hand would be on one side, and it has a giant claw from a nearby one of the claw machines. This one was designed to give really large stuffed animals that all looked like 3-eyed aliens with little antennae in the middle of their heads for some reason. I don't know about that. It might be a reference for something. That's the other hand. Yes, you have been chosen, but it stands
Hero
up to its full height.
was trying to run away a while ago. Can I run away? I really want to run away.
That's a very good question. And as it stands to its full height, looks to the sky, and roars, which is weird because the spotlight from the prize pavilion is its head, and there isn't really a mouth there. We are going to take a break because we've been playing for about an hour.
This is about to get interesting.
We might roll for initiative between now and then. All right, I'm going to press some buttons. All right, we're back. Let's commence preparations for a slight amount of rumbling.
I like turtles.
I like trains.
No. That was a hiccup.
Okay. Well, we have rolled for initiative during the break. I have pressed the start button. At initiative 20, the crowd screams and runs in a wide variety of directions. At initiative 18, the crowd screams and runs in a wide variety of directions. They
have really good rolls, that crowd.
Well, it's various portions of the crowd. You have enough people, there's going to be, like, if you have an infinite number of monkeys, eventually you'll get Shakespeare on a typewriter. If you have an infinite number of... Are they doing the wave? If you mean tidal wave leaving the fairgrounds, the answer is yes.
I made you stop in your tracks.
Okay, initiative 16. More people are running and screaming. Initiative 14. We're finally getting to somebody in the party. Jaren, you see a giant mechanical monstrosity with a spotlight for a head, a claw for one hand, and a cotton candy machine for the other.
Wow, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. You might want to look in that tankard of yours.
How is your alcohol?
I mean, usually it's pink elephants. This is unusual.
Let's go ahead.
Karen's booze.
Let's go ahead and cast Sacred Flame. Dexterity 14.
I got to make a dexterity check.
I don't know if a robot's going to be very dexterous.
Depends on the robot.
It's true. Is it a robot of dance?
That's a nat 20. I've got my dice back.
Ooh.
Got a robot of dance.
See, the problem is I have multiple character sheets open. I was rolling on Eric's character sheet, and now I'm rolling on Heroes. So I just stole your D20 roll. Ha!
That's cool.
Okay, now Sacred Flame, that's a cantrip, right?
Yes, it is.
I thought I remembered that one. So
that'll be my turn.
Okay. This is what happens when you have level 1 adventurers. They don't say, okay, so for my third bonus action...
It's very 1v1 right now.
Okay.
So everyone gets to do one thing. Speaking of one thing, Hero.
I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard to try.
Well...
I'll just keep
would you
myself.
like to run so far? Or have you decided nothing really matters?
You know, in the end...
Because it is your turn, and this thing is actually looking at you.
Oh. fancy, fancy. Me. Well, is there something I can climb?
I mean, I would consider this mechanical monstrosity to be large in size, so there's more of it to climb than the last 5 people that you climbed on top of.
No. Like something nearby that I can climb because I'm a ranger.
There's a whole bunch of tents. All the structures here are temporary.
Can I climb on top of a tent?
Give me a dexterity. Give me an acrobatics roll. How about that? Acrobatics roll.
Ooh, I got a 7.
Okay. The good news is you are on top of the canvas tent.
Yes.
The bad news is your attempt to climb on top of the canvas tent made it collapse. It was not designed for a 7-foot-tall tabaxi to be on top of it.
They need to really be on top of their standards.
You are prone.
Anyway, I sigh, and
Sighing is a free action.
yes, and I decide to shoot a dagger at its spotlight head.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
I got a 12.
A 12 bounces off its metal chassis.
Sorry, that was Paige.
Meanwhile, halfway across the world,
I feel like that was just melee.
halfway across the world at Skelvar Academy, Paige is looking at an essay that one of her students wrote that was clearly plagiarized. The worst of it is, Paige recognized this because the student plagiarized Paige.
F! Anyway.
As a teacher, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I've had students plagiarize me.
My mother has too. But yes. Anyway. Meanwhile.
So you've used your movement to climb a tent and fall down, and you've used your action to throw a dagger that missed.
Hero tries to hide behind a stick.
You've already used your movement.
Dang it.
And hiding, unless you are a rogue, that can do it as a bonus action. Hiding is a full action.
That's just butt.
Well, you're level 1. You'll get better, or you'll die tonight. One of those is a possibility.
Well, yeah.
Moving forward, Aripa.
Yes.
Things have gotten interesting. What would you like to do?
Well, they definitely have. Well, as entertained as I am by this monstrosity, I think I have to cast Chill Touch at it.
Okay. So you temporarily put aside the popcorn you've been eating this entire time. The best part is it's a fun fair. Of course popcorn's being sold.
So that's a 22 to hit.
A glancing blow.
And a whopping 1 damage.
Well, you're level 1. These things will happen. To
and
be
it
fair,
can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
I accidentally typed in what its hit points should be instead of how much damage it was taking, and I took it down to 1 hit point. Let's fix that.
Oh, awesome. Oh.
There we go. Somewhere in the fair, a dog is barking.
I mean, probably.
There's a small child yelling at the dog. Hi, the dog barks. Hi, the dog barks. Hi, the dog barks. They're just yelling hi at each other. One in dog, one in common.
Mm-hmm.
That's wholesome.
It is. Meanwhile, giant mechanical monstrosity. But Ignis might be able to do something about this.
How far am I away from the giant monstrosity?
Well, how close were you to the prize pavilion?
I was going to it to buy alcohol prizes.
Oh, that's right. The gift basket includes alcohol. So, I'd say that you are within 30 feet of it.
Oh, wonderful. Bonus action, Blood Maledict. And it's going to be Blood Curse of Binding.
Is it your blood or its blood?
My blood.
Okay. Just making sure.
Blood Hunters, it's all about your blood, especially if you amplify, which I'm not. I'm not amplifying. I don't want it to lose health here.
It's already in you. How do you hunt it? It's like, oh, I'm looking for it. Ah, there it is.
It needs to do a strength saving throw, DC 12. If it fails, its speed is reduced to 0, and it cannot use a reaction until the end of my next turn.
That is 16 plus 2.
Okay, that's fine. That's just a bonus action anyway. I'll run up to it and take a slice at it with my long sword. Sorry, great sword. It's a great sword.
It's not just a good sword.
And that is a 14.
A 14 misses.
Oh, darn.
You smacked it one, but you don't seem to have done anything more than cosmetic damage.
Okay.
Okay. It is this thing's turn. So it points its cotton candy dispenser arm towards Hero, and Jaren, and I'm going to need those two individuals to make a dexterity saving throw. I have more faith in one than the other for succeeding on this roll.
17 plus 1 is 18.
Okay, you do very well.
Am I the other one?
Yep.
Sorry. I was listening for my name, and some weird reason that's the one moment I did not hear it all the way. Let's see. Dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Sorry. That was a 7.
Okay, so you don't make it.
No.
This is the exact opposite of what I expected. It shoots cotton candy at you.
Can I open my mouth? Prepare.
The small strings of melted sugar slice at you instead of being a sugary snack.
Oh, tragic. I don't open my mouth.
It's like fiberglass.
Can I use my bigger?
So that is 16 points of damage. Whoa.
Oh!
46. I rolled 4 4s. 16 points of damage on a failed save. 8 points of damage on a successful save.
I think
I have 9 HP.
I think they're dead.
Please don't do this to me. I have
good.
9 points of damage.
You don't die instantly. It's not that much damage, and I house ruled that I don't do insta-death anyway. But you are unconscious at this point.
Oh, cool.
Jaren, how are you feeling?
I'm here.
Okay. By the way, your movement right now is also reduced by half. Heroes by more than half, but for other reasons. What's that?
Yeah, mine is at a nice 0.
They're unconscious. I'd be shocked if they were moving.
This is one of the weirdest creatures I've ever thrown at a party, and I am here for all of this. And people thought I was too easy on characters. You're not dead yet. You feel fine.
I can dance and I can sing? No, I can't, because I'm dead.
You're not dead. You're unconscious. And Jaren might have something to say about that, because that's the end of the turn, so now it's Jaren's turn again.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and, let's see.
Healing word.
I am a little bit different of a cleric. Let's do a, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a little bit different of a character.
Cleric you are.
He decided to make a cleric that has no healing spells.
Well, I still have a healing word. I can still use it, but if I did, it would take up my slots right away. But, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and make sure I'm up close to the unit as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and hit cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
That is
that's a touch spell, right?
A touch spell, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you got to roll to hit.
Yep. That is going to be a 19 plus 6, 25.
If I die, I'm only going to make
one.
a more obnoxious character.
I would not have it any other way, to be honest. Jaren has hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
25 necrotic damage.
What?
That's a lot of
damage.
Finally!
2 10s and a 5.
I did. 2 10s and a 5.
Nice.
I'm so glad someone's doing something.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on on Hero, and I'm going to heal Hero for 7.
So I just give myself 7 healing, and I'm less dead?
You are wide awake with 7 hit points.
Oh, thank goodness.
You didn't even get a chance to do a death save. That would have been the next thing. So, Jaren, you've done... If this thing had been at full health, you still would have done 3 points damage more than it had. With a single spell slot at level 1.
This thing angered me and hit Hero.
It hurt his child.
How do you want to do this?
I have my hand on it, and I'm like gritting my teeth as much as possible, and you see the shadows coming from my eyes from this necrotic damage. And I'm going to have my hand around the throat of the beast.
This thing is a large being.
Well, as high as my hand can go. if it's a belly or whatever.
To its ankles.
You managed to crush its kneecap, and it was a load-bearing kneecap. So you reach out, grab its kneecap, close your hand, and the act of closing your hand into a fist as you cast the spell, this entire being crunches like an aluminum can.
Amazing.
Perfect.
And the cotton candy machine portion is still spinning.
Can I get cotton candy out of it?
You can go get cotton candy out of it.
Does it heal me?
No, it does not. This is not a video game where eating sugar heals you. That is not a thing. Now, you don't have any of the paper cones for cotton candy, so you'll have to put something else in there.
Can I put my... I almost thought about putting the bottle in.
I mean, you actually could do that if you wanted to.
Can I use my claw?
The claw. Yes.
Yeah, I use my claw to hold the cotton candy on my finger.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
You wouldn't think there is skill required to harvest cotton candy, but there in fact is.
I rolled an 8.
So you went to put cotton candy around your finger. You did get cotton candy. I'm not going to take that from you. But
Good.
you've encased your arm up to the elbow in spun sugar.
I don't see a problem with this.
You can't feel your fingers.
Don't see a problem with this. I died a minute ago. I am
You
doing
are
what
only
I can.
unconscious. You don't die every time you take a nap.
That's what you think.
Okay, so
Well,
the rest of you
this was
see a
exciting.
tabaxi. Sorry?
This was exciting.
What really sells it is the tone of the voice.
I know.
This was great, guys. Let's do this again. I'm very happy to be here.
Jaren
Okay.
has an issue with people or things messing with his friends, so he's quite angry right now and needs to go to the corner to relax. Unfortunately, it's one of the things. Even though he is a cleric, he didn't want to be a healing cleric like was recommended because of his anger issues.
His dad was like, "You'll go into healing magic," and Jaren was like, "You're not my real dad." Actually, wait, you are. You are, but I'm still not going to do what you say. All right. So at this point, the gnome who apparently was previously working the roller coaster ride, I guess it was a shift change or something, but she comes over and she pulls out a paper cone and gathers her own collection of cotton candy and says, "Well, I'm very glad that you all survived.
What was that thing?
It's what happens when you put too many ciphers together."
Oh, do you know what type of cipher I got?
Oh, so you did get a cipher. This is why I was collecting tokens for the roller coaster. But, oh well, let me see.
I pull out the bottle of...
Okay, well this appears to be...
What was that?
I don't know.
What is it?
It's what he called it.
Well, I don't know what it is, so I just made up a word.
One moment, the DM is checking something. Well, I have it written up. I'm going to add it to your character sheet
Ooh.
because I have magical DM powers.
Did you add it to my character sheet?
What's that?
I could have identified it, but I have no more slots left.
You foolishly used your slot to destroy the big bad and heal your friend.
Yeah, I know.
But I just like that you didn't think to use your slot before battle.
I wanted to make sure if we had combat, we were good. I'm sorry.
Eric's been playing in my games long enough to know that if there's no combat the first half, there might be combat the second half. So
Hey, apparently neutralizes diseases. Is death a disease?
death is not a disease. Death is caused by some diseases.
I had to make sure. Because it was like the
But-
most permanent disease.
No, it is not a disease.
Death is merely a state of mind.
Is it the disease?
Also a state of being. Also a
would
state of
this
decay.
Cipher, would this liquid cure insomnia?
Insomnia is not a disease.
That's what you think.
No, that's when you have the crash after the sugar rush wears off.
Oh. Will this cure my sugar addiction?
No, that is not a disease.
Yeah, that's also not a disease.
Addiction is a disease.
What is a disease?
Addiction is a disease.
Not by D&D standards for the strict definition.
That's why I had to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Dungeons and Dragons has a food and drug administration.
I just had to know, okay?
By the way, if you had rolled one higher, you would have gotten an item called Cat's Eye, and I would have laughed myself silly.
That's not fair. But anyway, so I have a disease cure.
So is something like this happening with all ciphers common? And what happens if this happens multiple times? Has it happened multiple times before?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times a night.
So who takes care of this? And why do you continue to do it?
I'm not doing it. I told them that they shouldn't be handing them out all over the place, but they're like, well, there's a whole bunch of sailors getting on ships and taking them with them, so they'll be spread out, so we don't have to worry about stuff like this happening when 3 or more of them get put in one spot. But did they listen to me? No. Just because my lab was taken over by a giant nope that one time.
What's a nope?
It's not a technical term. It was a giant sphere of rotting skin and teeth and tentacles.
Ooh.
And it took a bunch of kobolds to stop it, but then it healed.
That sounds fun.
Anyway, they put it in a bag of holding, so it's not my problem anymore, but that wasn't enough, apparently.
Ugh, I get it. Hates when you clean up the mess, but then they still yell at you for the mess. Like, I took care of that. Who cares?
I know, right?
Ugh, yeah. I understand.
Anyway, I was suggesting other solutions for dealing with the ciphers, but no one listens to me anymore, so this is what they decided to do.
Yeah.
Ideally, they'd do something to stop them from appearing everywhere.
Why, do you know why? How it helped?
I assure you, if I knew why, I probably would have submitted a research paper.
Do they show up in the same places or just really random?
Anywhere there's people on the island.
Oh, so it's only on the island?
Yep. I mean, my guess, to answer a different one of the words that you used with your very wide variety of questions in a very short amount of time, that's a useful skill. Are you sure you're not part gnome? It's
I'm tabaxi.
Yes, I was joking. I've been here enough years. I know what tabaxi are.
Hey, not everyone does.
Well, not everyone has been on Flotsam for a bunch of years. Anyway, there's a bunch of ruins out that way, and she points further away from the city. They're called the Crooked Hills. Most people don't go there, but there's all kinds of stuff buried there. Some of it's even machinery.
I give Dad the look.
I look and see you and confirm and nod my head.
I do the excited shakes.
This looks like you're deciding to do something that I am not going to be a part of. I'm going to wish you the best. And now I'm going to go and establish plausible deniability. Have a wonderful day at the fair.
If I find something fun, where can we show you? Hypothetically.
First, I'm going to ask a qualified question. Do you consider what just happened to be fun?
Well, getting hurt wasn't very fun, but, like, eating cotton candy is. I take another bite of the cotton candy arm.
This has oddly not assuaged all of my concerns. Well,
I've been playing hide and seek for the last, 12 months around the whole world with these people who, have just been following me everywhere. So, they've been shooting at me, too. So, it's been kind of fun, but it's getting kind of tiring. I'd rather have, a place to go instead of people to run away from.
Well,
perhaps this conversation, this gnome has just been staring at Jaren.
Why are you staring at me, little one?
I'm looking for signs of stress.
Well, I have had a quality drink since I've been here. So
I can smell it, yes.
Well, I'm not really stressed. A little angry, but that's all taken care of now.
And I would say that your anger is well valid. So, I guess to answer your question, if you find something interesting that is fun and not murdery, go to the Ogmanite Enclave and ask for Bindle Brightlight. That's me. And I guess I can take a look at it.
Okay. Bye, Miss Nightlight.
People have gotten my name a lot worse than that, so I should probably be grateful. But no, it's Bright Light. Bright light. Like
Bright
the spotlight.
Bright light.
I'm going to go now. And with that, she just turns and walks away from you.
Bye-bye.
Crash, what was that cave you just mentioned? I'm trying to write this down.
She didn't mention a cave. She referred to the Crooked Hills.
Ah, the hills, gotcha. Okay.
She said there was stuff buried out there.
That sounds fun. I forgot to ask if they knew who that page person was.
Maybe that for another time.
Okay.
He looks at Jaren's gonna look at the other folks that were helping. Thank you all for helping. My name is Jaren. We'll be staying at the inn over here on the docks. Please, if you have any, if you'd like to get a hold of us for any reason at any time, please say hello. We're more than welcome to share a pint with you for your help in dispatching this thing.
By the way,
it was fun.
By the way, the two of you have been on the island just long enough to know that the inn that Jaren has pointed out is quite possibly the worst establishment on the island. And one might be safer and healthier, in fact, if they decided to camp out under the stars.
I think I'll pass, but yeah, it was fun. And I just kind of, nope, not getting involved.
Look, it may seem down, but it's a wonderful place filled with quality people.
Look, 150 episodes from now, you're going to be fighting gods with each other.
Exactly.
It's actually one of my favorite establishments on the island. I live for adventure.
No, you don't understand. At night, Arifa puts on a different costume and fights crime as Raven.
Oh.
Meanwhile, I live for a sanitary environment, so
What's sanitation?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay.
I meant mentally, not physically, because physically you're about where you should be. Mentally needs some work.
Well, whoops. Because all I know is when I asked for water, he gave me something that tasted soapy.
Nope, not touching that one. Nope, not touching it.
Well, whatever doesn't hurt you makes you stronger.
The barkeep didn't have any fresh water, so he just took the mug and put it in the rinse water for cleaning the mugs and handed that over.
Oh, that is so grim.
Yeah, but would you rather that or a drunk tabaxi?
I mean, I don't want you to, die from your liver being failing. Jesus. Nope.
If anything, Hero's going to be a bit more regular for the next few days.
Yes. All right, Hero.
Really cleans you out.
We need to go rest up. We're going to have to check out these crooked hills.
Ooh, okay. What do you like to fight with? I didn't really see much because, that hurt. But I have daggers, and I have a bow and arrow.
I have,
Jaren kills things with the power of prayer.
I have my hammer and my shield and my god tail.
Ooh. I also have my claws. Shink!
All right, so we'd like to go back to the inn in the lovable place that we were in.
Okay. Things have died down a bit. And by died down a bit, I mean over half of the residents seem to have not stayed sober enough to find their way up to their rooms. Maybe they didn't actually rent rooms. There's a few who are still drinking and laughing, but, whatever.
Okay, I'd like to order some food for Hero and I.
The bartender spits again. They seem to do that after each request is made to them.
Ding!
Yes. You don't even think they're chewing any tobacco or any product similar to it. They just like to expectorate. It says, got some stew.
Got any bread as well?
Got hardtack.
Hero is also spitting into the thing.
Ding!
Give me a dexterity check.
Okay. Why am I rolling so bad? I got a 5.
Why am I telling you to roll a dexterity check for spitting? Okay, so the bartender looks at your attempt and says, well, that part of the bar was dirty anyway.
She's a special bad at expectorating.
0 out of 10. That's Hero.
You gotta really hawk one up, get some mucus in there.
I was talking about the
together.
Monkey Island games earlier today, so I really just think I need to channel that.
I have never played any of those games.
Well, there's a spitting contest in the second one.
That's valid. All right, so food is provided. It might not be the food that you want right away, but you can put it in your stomach.
That's
And,
all Jaren needs. He has no problem with that.
and after a long rest, you can cast Cure Light Wounds, I guess, if necessary.
Or I can sleep.
You can definitely get a long rest. And that
Well,
is,
we're
in
gonna
fact... Sorry?
We're going to need as much rest as we want before we head to the Crooked Hills.
As a DM, let me say I appreciate how you latched onto this breadcrumb as soon as it appeared. That doesn't always happen.
I'm the simple folk.
You know, I could have taken a moment to climb the roller coaster now that no one else was around it.
Well, I said we can get some sleep. You do whatever you want to do. I'm going to go up to my room and get some sleep.
Jaren goes to bed, and Hero then immediately goes back to the fair and climbs on everything.
Just sitting on top of the roller coaster, howling to the moon.
And then the cars go by, and we don't see Hero there anymore.
I mean, it definitely tracks.
Yeah, there's tracks on the roller coaster.
Smash cut to the third car from the front, and we see Hero's feet sticking up out of the passenger seat next to a 5-year-old that's just looking over. Where's Dad?
Hero had a great time.
I'm a horrible person. I think that is a good spot to end it. Before things get worse. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Tonight I've been joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Chris, Ellie, Millie, and Eric. Let's do a few quick plugs. So, Millie streams. You can go to twitch.tv/magicalmillie. Sometimes it's JRPGs, sometimes it's crosscodes, sometimes it's chocobos that inexplicably fish with their butts. I still don't understand that.
Cute, okay?
I didn't say it wasn't cute.
Need to be understood.
I just said
need
it.
to be understood.
If it has the ability to tie something to its tail feathers, it could just use those to hold the fishing rod.
Yeah,
Never mind.
but it's
Never mind.
really cute. It's
Never mind.
really
And sometimes really bad fan fiction is read. So just warning one way or the other about that. But never mind. Chris does a fortnightly recorded podcast at rockctc.com.
It was a good episode today. Yeah.
Yep, new episode today. It was pretty good. It was a lively chat in that particular stream. So that was kind of nice. I was there too. And I was also there.
Made it Oh Kevin. That's what they should have titled it today.
I will let him know.
The best part is that's a totally different Kevin from the Kevin that exists in these campaigns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ellie runs the social network, elek.xyz, elekk.xyz. And I made the mistake of doing these out of order. I think I have said everyone. Oh, no, I have not. Eric also streams. Twitch.tv/untamedsin. That's SYN for sin. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheel. Help us keep the lights on, along with other illustrious patrons, including Chris, Ellie, Eric, Mickey, and Walter is our latest subscriber. And I think that's pretty darn cool. Thank you, Walter. And you can get all this content at aaronbsmith.com/cogwheel as well. So until next time, this is Crash saying, where's Dad? Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night. This was exciting.